Good morning everybody and a very warm welcome to Mildenhall and Volmer, and today I have a layout update for you, but before we get to that, just a quick bit of housekeeping. There is a additional video definitely coming out, which is going to be the Class 66 parade, and basically it is exactly what it says in the tin. It's basically all my 66s that I own will be on parade for this video, and I'll be going through them one by one and just giving you all the details of all the individual ones that I have, and therefore if you are interested in any of these 66s, you'll have all the details to hand to be able to look them up. So that promises to be quite a lengthy video, but that is just purely off my 66s. I don't actually have a clue how many I own. So quite a number of 66s have turned up in a lot in the past month, stroke last few days as well, and even today. So there's quite a few 66s to get through. So if you're a fan of 66s, you probably won't want to miss this video. The next thing is I'm heading down to London tomorrow, and I'm looking to go on the train. It might possibly be that I take the car. If I take the train, I'll be doing a video. If I take the car, I won't. So that might be an additional bonus video to come up as well. But as far as today's concerned, today is all about a layout update. Many of you will know that this past week I've been doing a lot of work on the back end of the layout. Where I'm sitting right now, my layout was brought forward to where I'm sitting. So my layout's been pretty much out of commission the majority of the week, and it's only just got back to normal yesterday. So those of you who watched my live stream would have known that I did a live demo on the platforms at the back and the rest of it. So this layout is basically what's been going on at the back end of the layout, and the reasons why I've decided to do the work on the back of the layout. A lot of it has been to do with the gas man. I live in a housing association property, so they required to do their gas inspection maintenance, and basically they ended up doing it last Friday, I think it was, and basically that impacted the layout because the layout had to be moved out of the way because there's hatches above the layout. So they needed to have a look through the inspection hatches. So which is why the layout was brought forward to where I'm sitting, and the reason why I took the opportunity to then really crack on and get on with the jobs that needed doing at the back of the layout. So without further ado, let's go that way towards the layout, and I'll explain to you exactly why I've decided to do the work on the back of the layout. So just before we head to the back of the layout, I just thought I'd give you a quick overview of it as it stands. So just so you can see, this is the fiddle yard that I've just created, and the last time you saw it, it was up against the wall over in the far side. So it just goes to show you that it all does go back together pretty well. At the moment, the DMUs which were on the back end, on the front end of the layout, I should say, whilst I was working on the back, have now been moved over to the fiddle yard. This isn't 100% put back together yet, and I'll show you why shortly. But as you can see, it is basically reconnected to the main layout, and the main layout is back in its home, all the way back to the way that it was. So one of the other bits that I've been doing, which isn't really that terribly exciting, is I've been doing some additional work underneath the layout itself, and that is to strengthen the legs and the boards. So I've been adding some more battening along the bottom. So that in itself took me a whole day to complete, to add the rest of the battening on the bottom for the foundations of the layout. So that's been a massive job as well. So that's taken me a day on its own just to do that bit. So the only bit of the layout to sort out since I've put it back is this back section here, because of the way it crosses over here. This needs to be reconnected, and I'm going to end up fitting a new piece of track. I tried to slice it across, which is what I did do to allow me to move the layout. But I don't really like this arrangement, so I think what I'm going to do is I'm just going to end up doing what I did before, is add a new section of track and just slide it out with the fish plates. And I think that's going to be more safer and sturdier. Doing it this way, it's kind of completely ruined this piece of track. But it's not a problem because I've got enough spare track to just replace that little bit. So that's a little odd job that I need to do today. So here we are at the back end of the layout where all the work has been done this week. There's been no work done at the front, it's all been concentrated here at the back end of the layout. So one of the reasons why I wanted to do some more work at the back of the layout, whilst the gas man sort of enforced me to move my layout forward, and so I took the opportunity to do the work, was because on platform 1 and 2, which is where the 450 EMU is currently sitting on platform 1, was a canopy. And one of my favourite views when recording, and that I like to see even just the trains running, is I just like to kind of look at it like from here. And I always used to like to see trains come in on platform 5, and you've got a nice kind of clear unobstructed view. Well, until I put the footbridge here. So the canopy on platform 1 and 2 was kind of getting in the way of getting any half decent views. Also, it was kind of crooked, and also it was just gathering so much dust. So I decided in the end to get rid of it and to kind of modernise the station in general. So if we start at this bit, I've added some of this signage, I've added some grass, and I've added some flowers along here. I've also added a bit of grass work here. The island, the centre island, has now had even more detailing and work done to it, with more static grass, patchy grass, weeds, rubbish, and bits of ballast. As you can see, the platforms, as I did as per the live demonstration, they've been revamped and modernised, and they look so much nicer, so much better. And also I've done the yellow lines. So if you haven't seen that and you're interested in doing something like that, then by all means, check out the live stream. I've also done the platform edging. So now the platform edging now matches the retaining walls along the back. Also now we have some additional signage on the platforms. We've now got lighting on the platforms, which is what we did have before, but these are nicer lighting, and it still gives the same sort of lighting effects as what we had with the canopy. And now it's just far more open. And as you can see, the platform also has people on it, so it's been populated. It also has got platform numbering and destination boards attached to the lampposts. And also we have a few train spotters on the footbridge, as well as a woman heading towards platform 5 to catch a train that's due to arrive on platform 5. So that's something else that's been done. And also, as you can see, the central reservation of the station has had far more work done to it. It's had a lot of rubbish thrown on it, thanks to Gary over at Cheeky Tech, who's done that for me. So he sent me a load of stuff, a load of rubbish, so I've just been throwing that around randomly, which is, again, made it more authentic. So I'm really, really pleased with that. I'm not sure if I mentioned that platform 1, where the 450 is currently sitting on, that's also been relayed. It was lifted and relayed and reballasted. So that's something else that's been done. If I just sort of pan you from right to left, you can sort of see. This will probably give you a better sort of bird's eye overall view of what's been done. So as you can see, like the grass in the centre island has really had a lot of work done to it. I've tried to keep it to sort of minimum, because I just didn't want to be too overkill, but I really like the effect that I've created. But as you can see, platform 1's had the lighting the passengers are on there, the signage is on there. So I'm really pleased with that. It needs some seating before anyone says anything. I have looked at getting some more modern type seating, which I probably will do. So like I said, even on platform 5, the passengers are back. And like I said, the platform edging is back and is basically now marries up with the retaining wall. And as you come down here, you can see more additional work in the centre section and the central island. So overall, the station's had a massive refit and a massive revamp. Something else that's been done, as you could probably do, I'll take you in there a bit more closely shortly, is I've done the level crossing. The level crossing's finally been done. It's been on my list of jobs to do for some time. So I've finally got round to doing that. But like I said, I'll take you in there closely. So we've got some more road markings as well. I've done some road markings along the main road here. And you can also see that Fred's come to Mildenhall and Volmer. He's here on his motorbike. He's turned up on his motorbike for a brief visit. He's now on his way home. So he's come and visited me. So happy birthday to Fred, because it was his birthday. And I hope you're feeling better and feeling well and get well soon, Fred. And so yeah, so he's turned up on the layout. So that's my little tribute to Fred. He's a good friend. And and it turns out he went to Eastleigh, AC Models in Eastleigh on the same day that I was there. So unfortunately didn't get to catch up. But there you go. So that's more work. So like I said, I've done some more road markings along the centre here. So again, these are all bits and pieces which needed doing. Also, where the bus is, I also marked out the bus stop sign. So I put the bus stop markings on there. So that can go back. And finally, we've now, like I said, I've just done the level crossing, which was a big job. I've been putting it off for a little while, but I finally got around to doing it. I finished it. The trains are running over it lovely, so there isn't any issues with running. So that is another job done, and I think the road markings look effective. I'm not sure if it's totally 100% correct, to be honest, but this is basically a representation, and I think I've done pretty good out of it. I still need to add the barriers to it, but I do know that Pico have got the barriers on their own without the full kit, so that'd be a lot cheaper to do than having to buy a full kit. So I'll probably be installing those. I won't be installing the Train Tech ones in case anyone asks. I find them too irritating, to be honest. I like the lighting aspect of it, and I know you can sort of mess around with it, but to be honest, this layout isn't really big enough to really justify having the Train Tech lights, because I mean it literally takes about 30 seconds or so to get around the layout. So it's not like it's a big layout that it'll be going off constantly, so there's no point. So I'm really pleased with what's been going on, so I'm really happy about that. Like I said, this video is going to be quite short, but there has been a lot of man hours done in order to create this work and get this work done at the back of the layout. I'm sure you can appreciate that. But the back end of the layout really does look absolutely fabulous now. I'm really pleased, and all the lights work, so that's really cool. And in fact, let me just see if I could get them switched on for you. So bear with me a minute. So just before we finish, here's a little shot of all the lights on, just so you can see how effective it is. And I like to think that looks pretty good. I'm really pleased with that. It's not too overkill. So I think maybe towards the end, just on the other side of the footbridge on platform 1 and 2, I think could have done with another bit of lighting. But my lighting on the back there seems to be doing a bit of disco lighting. And but it could do with like probably one more just behind the footbridge there. Also down below, in case you haven't seen it, is my recovery truck. So if you haven't come across my recovery truck, that's also got lighting on that too. So here is a closer look at that recovery truck. Oh yeah, I also added a CityLink van with the inconsiderate courier driver just dumping his van there, and there he is, there's a courier. And here's Fred, closer look at Fred on his motorcycle coming to visit me at Mildenhall and Volmer. So this concludes the end of the video for today. It's not one of my longer videos, I know, which is like, hooray for some. But like I've always said, yeah, just my videos need to be as long as they need to be. But anyhow, look out for the Class 66 parade video, and also possibly an additional bonus video of any footage that I take from London should I take the train. So until the next time, it's goodbye from Mildenhall and Volmer, and take care and God bless and stay safe. So bye for now. Bye bye.